is the Supreme Court's landmark judgment terming Triple Talaq as unconstitutional. The question was about talaq-e-biddat, which is instant divorce, in which a man says talaq thrice and then divorces his wife. Over the years, this practice had become even more perverse, where divorces were being given on WhatsApp, on Skype, and sometimes even in the post, with just talaq written 3 times. It has been a long fight for this judgment to get triple talaq in this form outlawed. A lot of countries and Muslim population countries with heavy and larger Muslim population countries have outlawed it as well. And of course, all day today, you must have seen a number of politicians and parties taking credit for it, backing the women who have fought for it. But the one person who we thought was really important to talk to today was Zakia Soman. She is co-founder in fact of the Bharatiya Muslim Mahila Andolan, and their petitioner number 9 in that judgment and in that case on Triple Talaq. Zakia Soman, thank you so much for speaking with BloombergQuint. Many congratulations. But my first question to you, Zakia, is that clerics and the All India Muslim Personal Law Board in fact has also raised the question that the Supreme Court may have called Triple Talaq unconstitutional, but how will this be implemented on the ground? They ask, for example, what happens to women who accept Triple Talaq now legally? What is your response?
I would say that, it is an old game of patriarchy, that whatever small little achievements that come to women are always, downplayed by the representatives of the patriarchal system. So I'm not surprised that, people are finding flaws, even as it is a huge day of celebration for all of us. So why is anybody so concerned about women who would want to go by, the status quo? These people have never been concerned about women when they were fighting against Triple Talaq. So I would say it's like yet another ploy of patriarchy, aimed at belittling women and belittling the achievement of women. So it doesn't mean anything really. And it is, as far as we are concerned, it is a huge step forward. And now, armed with this judgment, I'm not saying that our work is over. In fact, quite to the contrary, our work has just begun, where we need to embark on a mission of building awareness, of building empowerment, of building education within girls, within the youth of the community, within the women. And we have to take forward the message of gender justice as given by the Quran, as well as the gender justice principles as propounded by the Constitution of India. So this is a step forward, and no matter what the patriarchs say, this is a step forward.
Zakia, your organization has said that lakhs of women have filed a petition which pushed you to be a part of this case. What are some of those women saying today?
Actually, let me tell you, Tamanna, that there are so many women who have been very eagerly waiting for this judgment. There are so many women who have their cases pending in various lower courts across different states. There are various women whose matters are there in the family courts. And they have all been, waiting and hoping that once the Supreme Court gives a very positive and affirmative judgment, their respective matters will be helped. Also, equally importantly, this threat of Triple Talaq is like a sword which is forever dangling over the heads of Muslim women. So with this judgment, that kind of a danger goes away. So we are fighting on behalf of all these women who are so full of hope and who are so full of expectation. They are full of hope and expectation as Muslims and as Indian citizens. And some of those hopes are definitely answered today.
Absolutely. It's a big day for women empowerment, but I have to ask you the question, Zakia ji, because there are a lot of people and it seems there is an attempt to appropriate the fight for Triple Talaq. Triple Talaq became a political issue also before state elections recently. Do you fear that the political angle to it will overtake the real issue? Is that a concern?
See, the unfortunate part is, Tamanna, that so far in our country, we have only seen politics taking place over the issues of Muslim women. So, you know, as anybody can see, that the judgment today has come full credit only and only to the Muslim women, and full credit to our judiciary, full credit to our constitutional democratic principles which have enabled this judgment, and full credit to the movement of Muslim women, a democratic movement of Muslim women. This matter is not about the government. This matter is not about any political party. At the center of this entire matter is the woman herself, and no amount of appropriation of credit can take away from that. However, having said that, it is sad that in our country political parties do politics. But you know, this verdict and the entire run up to this verdict, it is a signal to all the political parties that Indian women are increasingly becoming more aware of their rights. Indian women are increasingly become more aware about their entitlements as citizens of India, and they are demanding an end to discrimination. There is, just like there is a message for the clerics, I would say equally there is a message for the Indian politicians also. Please don't play politics with the whole issue of gender justice, because the women of India, and why just the women, I would say even the democratically thinking men of India are not going to accept this kind of political manipulation. That is all I can say. And I will just not entertain this claim that the credit is solely only of the Muslim women and of course the judiciary. But yeah, we do appreciate the affidavit which was filed by the government. It was an appropriate affidavit. It sort of was correct on all the constitutional parameters, and we appreciated that affidavit publicly.
Well, thank you so much, Zakia Soman, for speaking to us today on this very important issue. And I hope people are listening, politicians are listening, that the credit goes only and only to the women who have fought this battle legally, and that gender justice is not a political issue to be toyed with. I hope that message goes out clearly today. Thank you so much for joining us on this special broadcast.